But good morning, people. How are you on this beautiful day? Wherever you are, I hope you're doing well and that you're having a good day so far. And for me, oh, I was gonna say it's afternoon already, but actually my watch is still not adjusted to the local time just because I've been traveling. But it's still morning, so it's about 11 a.m. and I've done a lot already. I woke up really early and naturally as well. I woke up about 6 something. I've been reading this amazing book. It's called The Miracle Morning, and I really love the book. It talks about the need and the importance of rising early and getting a lot of stuff and get it done before the day starts. And it's just been such a powerful idea for me. I've really loved it. Went for also well, I can't really call it too much of a nature walk because there's not that much nature around my house, but there is like a canal and part of the river goes there as well, so it's pretty nice and it's good for exercise to get a bit of walking done in the morning and some gratitude as well. So this morning I've got a bit of stuff to share with you. Look, I've got my journal here and I've been making but I've been making a lot of notes and I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks and different things that really inspire me and give me a lot of insights that I really love. Okay, one of the amazing and wonderful things that I've learned and picked up this week is think big. Think big, go hard or go home. And to be honest, like, I've always thought that that's kind of what I'm aiming for, to think big, to create big things and to achieve a lot of things, and I mean that's kind of the dream, right? To really go for it, to really pursue the dreams that you have and the goals that you have, and just to not hold back. But then life happens and then we just drift. We happen to drift away from our main goal or our main purpose or the things that bring us the most joy. We somehow slowly happen to just allow ourselves just to slowly sort of almost wither. We allow the dream to escape us as if. And that's something that I'm trying to share to myself, and that's why I've been making a lot of notes and doing a bit of journaling as well, to help myself, to remind myself that I need to think big. And one of the reasons, another thing that I learned this week, I've been listening to an amazing audiobook. It's called, what is it called? I think it's Big Magic. It's called Big Magic. And the amazing author, she talks about the power of ideas, creativity and inspiration, and some of the things are a bit different than you would expect, but she talks about the ideas that they are alive, and inspiration is like alive, and if you don't catch it, it will go from you and it will go to another person, and that person will carry on the thing that you might have been able to grow and the thing that you might have been able to share with the world. Because ideas and inspiration, they almost have like emotions, you know. Okay, I'm not saying that in a kind of crazy way, but I'm just saying that we need to act upon the ideas and the inspiration that we receive, whether it's poetry or artistic expression, or it could be many different things. You might have a perfect idea for a new sort of product. You might be able to write a book or a blog post. You might have an idea to travel to a place that hasn't been discovered before, or write something incredible. But at the same time, she also talks about the fact that there's so many things that have already been discovered and that things have been done before, but that is okay. And that is completely normal because they have been done before, and we should learn from those experiences of other people that have gone before us, and we should learn and be able to take away new ideas from them. However, those things have not been done before by you. They haven't been done by you in your specific style, in your particular creative outlet. They have not yet been expressed through you. And if they have not, then that is originality. She talks about authenticity, which is so beautiful. She says that if it's authentic and if it's coming from you and you're saying what you think and what you feel and you're expressing that into the world, that is authentic, that is original, that is new, and that is something worth doing. So guys, I just felt so inspired by that. I was like, wow, yeah, that's so true. Like, so many times we get put off and we think, oh my gosh, that's been done before, people are gonna criticize, people are gonna think I'm copying. And that's very true. In this modern world, everyone's copying everyone, and it's like, oh, you're copying me. But actually, when you think about it, when you're doing things in your own way and doing things because you love doing them and because they make you excited, they make you happy, and you bring your own flavor to it, it's something new, it's something different, it's something that hasn't been done before. So you should pursue it. You should pursue your dreams. You should do it in your way. If it's a song, maybe you want to do a remake of a song because that song inspired you. Maybe it's, like I say, all these creative things, because I'm a creative myself. I don't really see myself as an inspirational speaker or anything like that, but I feel like sometimes you have to let things out because you're trying to help yourself by getting them off your chest, and then you can look back and think where your mind was in those periods of times as well. And the author also talks about that she doesn't do the book, she doesn't write the book, she doesn't go to the talks and so on for helping other people, but she goes to help herself, to develop herself, and as a memoir for herself of the things that she's learned and picked up. And that was so inspirational for me as well, because so often we think, oh, I'm gonna help this person, I'm gonna help this person and that person because of what I'm doing. Somehow that's gonna help someone. If you help someone through helping yourself, that is amazing. That is wonderful. That is a gift. But she says that we should be able and we should want to do it for ourselves and focus on improving ourselves and allow the inspiration that comes to us to express creative expression and imagination to flow through us. It's really beautiful and powerful. And another thing that I've learned, I've picked it up from listening to, I have to get his name because if I don't give his name, that's not really gonna give him credit. But there's top 10 rules of success. It's a YouTube channel. It's amazing. I've been listening to it so much, as well as obviously Robin Sharma's videos are amazing. People like Mimi Icon as well, they're so wonderful and inspirational. So I just want to encourage you to watch those videos and read those books to help yourself to develop the mindset, the powerful mindset, and that you can achieve things beyond your imagination, beyond. Even like Brendan, there's another guy, another inspirational guy, he was saying, think of the thing that you would love to do the most. If there was no limits, if there was nothing that would stop you, think of something that you would love to do. And then write it. He said, think of the thing that you most want to do and thing that excites you. Your dream. Make your dream huge. And now, once you've thought of the biggest idea you can come up with for yourself and for your success, now times it by 10. What would it be then? Like, times it by 10. If you had a dream of traveling the world, and let's say you had a dream of visiting 40 countries, times it by 10. So if you wanted to travel those 40 countries and you thought like that's going to be incredible, and you thought I will travel the world in, let's say, 2 months or even a year, and I will visit 40 countries, times it by 10. What does that look like? That dream of visiting 40 countries, times it by 10. Okay, maybe those are your favorite countries and that's what you really want to visit, but times it by 10. What could you do in those countries to make the biggest impact? what could you do in your life whilst you're doing that? Maybe you could do like an amazing movie. Maybe you can write a whole book about traveling the world. Maybe you can write a book about different parts of the world that you visit. And maybe you could make a gallery exhibition because you're photographing it. Times it by 10. If you want to be a singer, okay, if you want to release an album that is your goal, that is your dream, times it by 10 now. What does that look like? What kind of album will you be releasing into the world? Times it by 10. What does that look like for you? If you're into fitness and you want to be fit and you want to be healthy and you want to have such a healthy mind, body and soul, what does that look like times 10? How healthy can you get and fit? How many times will you go to the gym? How many times will you go for a run? And you've got to really times it by 10 to make sure that you make the biggest impact. And when you think big, like one of the authors says, he says, you inspire yourself. Because thinking small and thinking little, like we so often do, and I do it so much too. I often live in these fears and I allow fears to take over me, like, oh, what are the people going to think? And maybe I just have this confidence issues as well. I think like, oh gosh, like it's so awkward filming myself. But you got to let go of those fears that just distract you from doing your best work and doing what you love doing. Because at the end of the day, success and riches, like Steve Harvey says, he says success and riches is what makes you happy. The stuff that makes you happy, that is your success. That is your happiness. There's nothing greater than the things that make you happy. And I've been there where I had to do something and I was doing something that I thought I would love, and it ended up being something that I don't love. It ended up being something that actually made me really sad. It wasn't because of exactly what I was doing, it was because of all the things that were happening at once. But there comes a point in our lives when we have to say, no, my happiness, my wealth, my well-being is more important than anything else. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I've said here today. There's a lot of different points that I've made. So if we were to summarize what I just talked about, we talked about being happy, we talked about wealth, and we talked about thinking big, we talked about inspiration and creativity, and we talked about achieving our goals and going for our dreams. So I want to inspire you and I want to encourage you and myself to just go big or go home. Dream big, think big. What can we achieve if we really focus on the things that we so often think we cannot do? Let's do something amazing. Guys, I want to encourage you also just to comment below what you took away from this video, and if you liked it, and if you enjoyed watching it, if you learned something, if there's something that resonates with you, then please give me a like and a comment as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos, because that way I can make more for you, and then I know someone is watching them and that someone is also interested in the stuff that I'm interested in. Anyway, I just want to say much love and I'll speak to you soon. That's like what? Am I hearing noises? As you can see, this is going to be another session of bloopers. Bloopers, oops. This is a problem. I always do this. I'm sorry. I think it's because you can see yourself when you're filming and it's just like such a distraction. Such a distraction. Okay, let's cut.